Hello and welcome to episode 57 of Waxing the Nickel with Mainz and Dutts. I'm your host Mainz, my colleague in Rainford, Mr. Neil Dutton.
And this podcast is brought to you by Asahi Beer.
Oh, nice. Trying to get the Rostock sponsors going?
Well, you know why not? It is, as it says, the number one premium beer of Japan, and Asahi means rising sun.
I did not know that. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, and oddly, just tastes like Carlsberg.
Probably is made from the same people who make Carlsberg.
Yeah, international piss.
Yes, indeed. So Dutton, in my multitude of locations today, I'm in my house, my and Kate's house in Great Yarmouth today.
Okay.
One of our multitude. So
Is
I
it
will
wet?
be. I'm actually in a bedroom because I've been banished as Kate's friends, Amy and Graham, are around, drinking coffee and watching Benefit Street.
I'd rather be sat in the bloody road, to be honest.
Just one awful show. That's how you punch things. So Dutton, today we're going to talk about stuff we will never use due to their absolutely terrible adverts. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about movies that are so bad they're actually good.
In the ongoing hunt for the best, worst film ever.
The best worst film ever. And I'm going to ask you a simple question. What would you spend 30 billion on?
I probably have a very simple answer, but I might have to expand it a tad.
And we'll leave that at the end of the show. So first of all, Dutton, let's get on with the show and let's find out about adverts that are so bad we won't buy their merchandise.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
So Dutton, this basically came about because of you. Do you want to explain?
Yeah. It came up because of one advert, and that is the e-cig advert.
The Avicii one, right?
What was that?
The Avicii.
The Avicii, yeah. Because you're watching the advert, it's got quite a catchy tune going on. You think, what's this for? And then it says, for the greatest gift you can give your friend. Now, as I said on Twitter at the time of that, I know I'm apparently quite a hard person to buy presents for, but if any of my friends ever bought me an electric cigarette, we're done.
Well, first of all, neither of us smoke.
Mm.
And with the exception of Fee, I don't think any of our friends smoke.
No.
So anyone buying us an electric cigarette would be a bit weird. But I don't understand why we've waited 20 years at those guys' friendships before we've bought them an electric cigarette.
Exactly. I mean, the line, friends don't let friends smoke. No, friends clearly have let friends smoke. And friends decided, look at this gimmicky thing that all the other kids seem to be doing instead of smoking. Here, mate, have one of these because it's a £5 and I couldn't think what to buy you.
Friends have already let friends steal mascots from other stadiums.
And pull a hat down over a fat guy who's going to beat him up because he spilled his beer.
Exactly. Some friends. So that got us onto the idea we're never going to use those e-cigarettes. So we thought, what other stuff will we never use? Basically due to the fact they've got absolutely terrible adverts.
The best thing is, if you talk to people of, your parents' age, they always come with the idea that if an advert's that bad, it's done its job because it's planted in your head. It's like, no, that's a lovely story. But the example they always use is, is Thora Hird with the Stanner Stairlift.
Stanner Stairlift, genius.
Yeah, it wasn't Stanner.
No.
There was an advert for Stanner Stairlifts and there was Thora Hird's advert, but because they were the same thing and no one knew who the hell the one on the Stanner was, Stanner were made up because they made fortune off Thora Hird and didn't pay her a penny. But it's one of those. It's like no. These adverts are imprinted on our psyche because they are crap, and because they are crap and have annoyed us, we have no interest in buying their product.
It's amazing. So Dutton, I've got a list for you.
Yeah.
I assume you're going to agree.
Uh-huh.
And then I assume you're going to have your own. First one for me. That Sillet Bang advert with Barry Scott. Who is he? And why does he have to shout at me? Tell you, it's not an infomercial. It's not. No. It's not 6 o'clock in the morning on Challenge TV.
I don't go around shouting who I am. Partly because most people know who I am anyway.
You know who I am.
Yeah, that's it. And plus as well, because he's annoyed me, I'd rather my house stank than buy his product.
Well, there's a multitude of bathroom cleaning utensils. So getting a tool to do your advert means I'm not going to buy your stuff.
Yeah, because chances are, because you've employed this tool, you're going to whack an extra £1 on said cleaning product to pay for them. Well, guess what? Asda's own is 59p.
Exactly.
It makes me bathroom clean.
Do you reckon Barry Scott's like secretly famous? Do you reckon he like switch on the lights in Bury St Edmunds?
I'm confident that if Johnny Vegas wasn't available, St Helens would have him in to turn the Christmas tree lights on.
Genius. I reckon we should find out. That's a task for all waxers out there. If you know what Barry Scott does now, apart from the stupid advert, and if he's ever turned on Christmas lights, drop us a tweet
Head of Barry Scott.
at waxing_lyrical. Dutton, the next one. WeBuyAnyCar.com.
I'd rather leave my car in a ditch, cover it in petrol, and set fire to it than sell it to those people.
That is the way. Now, the song isn't there anymore, but that was the worst song. Who decided, as the hardcore people said, who decided to put a dong on an advert?
But the thing is, I mean, We Buy Any Car now is thinking, okay, we've got the gimmick, we've got an aim. So we don't want to appeal now to the idiots just with this song. So we need a face, we need a voice. We'll get someone who everyone knows. Oh, congratulations. Now you've got James Corden voicing your adverts. Oh, now I really don't want to use your bloody website.
Not a fan of Mr. Corden, are you?
He's a fat tool.
Whatever you do, don't mince your words.
Yeah, I have evidence from people who have had dealings with him. He's a fat tool.
Well, that's fair enough. It's just an awful song, but it just embedded into your brain. WeBuyAnyCar.com. WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Have you seen, there was a thing on Twitter, someone sent them a picture of his car, saying, you've said you'll buy any car, and it was one of those cozy coupes.
Oh, yeah.
The red car, and they sent him the letter back saying, please do not send us this again, as we note you have done this 3 times.
Genius. Next for me. There's a multitude of reasons why I won't use these. Basically because I don't agree in the concept. But Wonga.com. Why do I want an advert about old people touching each other?
Yeah, and especially as Earl looks like Tony Benn.
They've got names?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What I don't know is the fine print that says, the APRs, 1,000%.
It's as I say, I mean, a wise man said on Twitter, it might have been a Twop Twix actually, teach your kids how payday loans work by giving them a packet of Maltesers today and taking away all their toys tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept is obscene, it's immoral, it should be illegal. The advert is annoying, but its name came about because of a phrase used on another payday loan advert, which was that fat idiot saying "Wonga."
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and that was about that was about mobile phones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and which
God.
had a whole collection of people in unconvincing regional accents trying to convince you how crap their mobile was. Well, I hate to bother you, but if you live near a city centre, there's a good chance if you walk through it, you'll find a region where there are 6 or 7 different mobile phone shops. Go into one and get a decent phone.
Exactly.
So you don't have to send it to Mazuma or wherever these people are.
Put down your Nokia 3310 for a second.
Exactly, and complain that your phone is ancient.
Final one for me, Dutton, in the annoying accent world. And I apologise to people not from the Northwest, because I think this is a Northwest only advert, and that's Safe Style UK.
Yeah.
You buy one, you get one free. You buy one, you get one free. Shut up. I'm not buying one off you, you stupid wool.
It's odd that man sells windows when basically his fate should be to be locked in a room with no windows for eternity.
0800 106 107. Shut up!
Yeah.
Get the numbers out my brain.
It's incredible to think that advert got more annoying after Reg Holdsworth left.
That's the thing. It had, for people not in the Northwest, it originally had Reg Holdsworth from Coronation Street and was an orphan advert. Then they tried to get some kind of balding wizard with the most annoying accent ever to make me buy one, get one free.
It's one of those. It's clear he's trying to be from the north, but I'm not sure which particular place in the north would lay claim to this tool.
Yeah, he ain't from my part of the world, that's for sure.
and he's not even from this one. And you know, as I've said in the past, and I apologise, I'm pretty sure she can hear me. They talk reet funny here.
They do talk really funny. I6 and all that.
Yeah.
Don't know if you got any adverts that are just garbage.
Most of them. I mean, it's one of those things, you know, it just seems that from about 1999, the creativity required to make music, adverts, TV shows, for the most part, just went out the window, and they just decided to go into 10 to 5 on a Friday afternoon mode. You know, it'll do. I want to get out of here. I mean, there's not. I mean, as I said, e-cigarette, it's a stupid product anyway, because now you've got people getting addicted on vapor. You know, which is no good, because they don't pay enough tax on that to cover it. You know, at least when people were smoking, they were paying cigarette tax. So at least the economy could be propped up in that way. I say just most adverts, and it's probably mostly regional ones. But Sarah Peters, a friend of mine on Twitter, at Indie Sarah, did send me a link to, it's an American infomercial, the classic, order now and we'll send you a free one. One of those. And it was a golf club, but it was hollow, so you can piss into it.
Genius.
So if you're, on the 8th, as it were, you've got two people wanting to play through and you get caught short, you can put this against you, and there's a little towel that you can put in front of you, and you can piss into it.
This is amazing. I'm getting Dad one for Christmas.
Yeah. Euro Golf. Why is it URO Golf? It's on YouTube.
It's amazing. Get onto it. It is brilliant. And it's for the older gentleman with a prostate issue.
Yeah. $49.95, but order now and they'll send you two. I mean, try and explain that. I mean, you've got 14 clubs in your bag. No. 2 of them are pissing. Get off this golf course.
This week's rant was brought to you by Stale Bread. Thanks, Dalton.
That's okay.
So, basically, adverts are rubbish now, according to Dutton. They have been, basically, since the turn of this millennia.
Since the Panda advert for Kit Kat.
See, the one I like at the moment, Kate got me onto this one. You've seen the Dairy Milk one, with the guy singing, he likes the boogie.
Yes.
It's sinister, yet genius.
Very sinister.
But genius at the same time.
You'll read about him.
You will read about him. If you've got any awful adverts that make you not buy products, just tweet us at waxing_lyrical. We're going to move on now. Dutton. So there's this concept of movies that are so bad they're actually good. So I've compiled a few, in my opinion, that I've seen, that if you go on lists or whatever, are awful. But when you watch them, you're like, it's not that bad, but it's awful at the same time. And I'd like your thoughts on them.
Yeah.
First one, Dutton. Showgirls.
It's not even good porn.
Well, this is, it needs to be contextualised, Dutton, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We didn't all have Sky when we were 14.
No.
Some of us only had Channel 4 and Channel 5. So you were limited to your softcore porn.
Yeah, it was, you were praying, that you might get a free view.
Exactly.
And that after the 10 minutes, for some reason, they'd rick up and it wouldn't start, it wouldn't scramble.
I hope my parents aren't listening to this.
I've been told this.
Yeah. I've heard from people. The Red Shoe Diaries and Showgirls were the two things you watched. And you were like, I know it. She was in Saved by the Bell, but she wasn't Kelly Kapowski, but she's all right.
She wasn't even Tory.
She wasn't even Tory, Dutton. Good call. She wasn't even Mario Lopez.
She was taller than him, though.
I think most people were. It's an awful film, but for a 15-year-old without Sky, it had to be genius, right?
Mm. And of course, it pretty much killed Carl McLaughlin's career as well.
Yeah, I think so. Twin Peaks, a bit down from that.
That's some good blueberry pie.
Just an awful film, but was definitely worth a watch.
Boobies.
For boobies. Next one, Dutton. Controversial. Con Air.
This is controversial. I don't think this deserves to be on this list.
But Dutton, let's think about it, right? Let's think about the idea of the film. We're going to put a load of convicts, But not like some dudes who, like, robbed a bike. You know, mass murderers on a plane.
But this is
That's
is
the
standard
bad
practice
idea.
in America, though.
Sorry?
It is standard practice.
I refuse to believe it.
Have you not seen US Marshals?
That's another film, Dutton, which is also crap.
Because it was it's The Fugitive, basically, isn't it? But
With Wesley Snipes.
yeah,
The issue, I mean, we all secretly like Nicolas Cage.
I'm sensing your biggest issue with this film is Nicolas Cage accent.
It may be just be Nicolas Cage. It's a good film. I just don't agree with the concept.
The film is stolen, of course, by 2 lines by Steve Buscemi. You know, it's one of those you might not even know he's in it, but you know when he starts singing, you know he's got the whole world in his hands. It's chilling but wonderful.
He's the best person in Armageddon.
He does steal a show in Armageddon, you're right.
But he doesn't get the scene where he gets paid the big bucks. That's left to Bruce.
Because I'm not being funny, you couldn't get that same kind of emotion if, and let's be honest, Skeletor was trying to give that kind of speech. Because, you know, to quote Fargo, you know, he's kind of funny looking.
He is kind of funny looking, but he isn't reading CBB's Jackanories at the end of the night, is he? Doesn't, no. Unlike Al Capone.
Yeah. Reading about Gerald the Giraffe can't dance.
So he didn't do it in his Al Capone accent then, no?
Worryingly, no. He just
went,
did it in his... He came
went full Kirby Shock Robber.
Yeah.
Dutton, next one. Right. This is called No Holds Barred. It's a film about Hulk Hogan as a wrestler.
That took some doing.
He basically kills 2 people and then fights Zeus, who was also a wrestler. Fatal flaw in that. Zeus couldn't wrestle.
Or act.
Yeah, but in this film, Hogan couldn't wrestle or act either.
This film?
No, but he's a wrestler. So his muse for the film is be Hulk Hogan, and he fails at it.
See, when you think of Hulk Hogan's film career, I know he's done a lot, but there's only 3 films, in my opinion. There's No Holds Barred, which I just say is pants. There's Suburban Commando, which maybe that belongs on this list, which also featured The Undertaker.
Did, yeah.
As well, of course, and Christopher Lloyd. And there is Rocky 3.
Yeah.
When Thunderlips, the ultimate male.
But what I love about this film is that Hulk Hogan's job was to be a wrestler, which he was. In theory, the most famous wrestler ever. And he failed at it. And I'm not really sure how.
Do you know the last thing I saw Zeus in?
Next Friday.
No, it's a bit more recent than that. He was in the pilot episode of Star Trek Enterprise playing a Klingon.
A 7-foot Klingon?
Well, Klingons are big buggers. Yeah. But this is the best thing, because obviously they weren't convinced about his acting ability. This was obviously Enterprise, which was the prequel. They didn't have the technology of the universal translator. He could only speak in Klingon.
Of course.
Which I'm convinced is the only language Zeus can actually speak in.
See, the thing is, like, for Zeus, and because they were trying to promote the film, Zeus then basically did 2 pay-per-views in WWF as it was then. So we did SummerSlam, 89.
And the Survivor Series.
And he can't wrestle in either. And I know it's fake.
He was disqualified in the Survivor Series.
Yeah, because he wouldn't let Hogan go.
Yeah, so Earl Hebner disqualified him in over elaborate use of hand gestures.
Yeah, you know, I know you want to sell your film, Vince, but come on. You can't wrestle. And I know it's fake, but come on, can we at least get people who can wrestle? It's not hard.
Spoiler alert there.
Spoiler alert. Don't tell Adam Rank I just called it fake, like you get well pissed off. So, next one for me, which I actually love, and but I think is spawned other garbage, which is a scary movie, which is like It's basically basic copyright infringement all the way across the board. It's just a rip-off of loads of other films.
Yeah.
And some of it's good, but most of it's crap. But you like it because you go, that's the bit from Scream. Oh, look, she's pretending to be Sarah Michelle Gellar in Cruel Intentions, but she's 75. Okay, that's weird.
The thing is, though, if we're talking in terms of spoof films, you know, the draft order, the scary movie series comes a long way down. Behind your airplanes, your Naked Guns, your Hot Shots. So, and plus as well, it's you know, ever so slightly taking the piss of you saying, you know, oh look, there's the bit from a scary film, when you watch as many scary films as I do, my friend.
Do you want to know something? Kate's made me watch scary films over the last few months, so I have actually now watched Scream. I think I was more scared about Scary Movie. What an awful film. Courtney Cox doesn't even wear tight clothes.
No, I would rather listen to Steve Davis reading the Liberal Democrat election manifesto than watch a film that classes itself as this year's horror film.
Yeah, you won't catch me watching Saw 2 or Insidious 12 anytime soon. But
I got dragged to watch Saw 2. I've never seen Saw 1, but I'm pretty sure I didn't need to. I got the idea pretty quickly what was going on.
Done. Final film. This one hurts, and because it's in my top 5 favourite films ever. As Will Ferrell once said in the film, it won the Oscar for best film ever. But I was researching this to see what other people thought, and Total Film, needless plug there, other retailers, other magazines are available.
Welcome one as well.
Yeah. Put this in its top 10 worst films. It's got the best soundtrack ever. And it's Highlander.
I'm saying nothing disparaging about Highlander.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, Dutton, because you know I love this film. They told me there could be only one. They've subsequently made 4 other films and a TV show.
What's your point?
They had a Frenchman being Scottish and a Scotsman being Portuguese. Seriously, they did that.
But I'm sure Connery gave a fine accented performance.
Well, as he always does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But Christopher Lambert's about as Scottish as me.
I'm from the city of Cadiz. It's just near to Glasgow.
Yeah, well, try and get Christopher Lambert trying to be a 15th century Scot when he's from Paris is the best. Do you know what I mean? That Scottish Parisian's just magnificent.
I would still wager that Christopher Lambert's Scottish accent is better than Mel Gibson's.
I hate that film. I hate that Braveheart.
You
I hate Mel Gibson. Why do I hate Mel Gibson, Dutton?
Because he constantly plays roles where he's killing the English.
That's his job. He basically has spent his whole entire life in films killing English people. And his dad's slagging off Jews. I can't believe he just did that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know, if I'd like to see the celebrity death match, but that you be promoting of Mel Gibson v Tom Hanks.
Mel Gibson would kill him though. He'd probably be drunk as well.
Well, yeah.
No, Mel Gibson's easily winning that, but then you have to have a fight with Mel Gibson versus bear that hasn't eaten in 6 months. Do you know what I mean? That's how it would work. Okay. Have you got any films that are so bad they're good?
Commando?
That's just bad, surely. Do we just think it's good because it's got Arnie in?
It's one of those. It's that bad, but it's got quality lines. You know. I like you, Sully. You're a funny guy. That is why I will kill you last. You know what I mean?
See, I always think of in the Arnie so bad it's good is Predator. Just seeing Jesse the Body Ventura walking around with a chewing a cigar, firing a big gun.
But I see, look, it had Jesse the Body Ventura. It also had Apollo Creed in it as well. So
this is full on fight film.
For me, Arnie's done some crap, but he's like all of us. He's got bills to pay himself. He's got sexual harassment suits to pay off.
Ooh.
Commando, just look at it. He's supposed to. It's as I say, it's lines that should be delivered in deadpan, but when you say them in a guttural Austrian accent, they don't quite. Please don't wake my friend. He's dead tired.
He's
beautiful.
awful.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan couldn't have put it better.
Yeah, true. It's like, and then the opposite of so bad that it's good is so bad that it's bad is Pierce Brosnan and James Bond's Invisible Car.
But again, it's like Brosnan. You could tell during that film that he was lacking interest himself. He gave as credible a performance as you can when you've been handed a script saying you're having an invisible car.
So we're keeping Pierce Brosnan out of this. It's everybody else's fault.
Pierce gets a pass. He wasn't the worst thing in that film.
I guess not.
Obviously, the invisible car was, but there's other things that are, worse about that film. The ironic thing, of course, about that is that Toby Stevens now gets paid probably large sums of money to narrate Bond books, having played a Bond villain.
Good book, that Carte Blanche as well.
It's an excellent book.
Excellent, definitely worth a read. Again, listeners and viewers. Listeners.
One day, mate.
I know, yeah. If you've got movies that you think that are so crap they're good, drop us a tweet at waxing_lyrical, or just tweet me and Dutton. Dutton's at ndutton13, and I am at Mainzy7. So let's move on. So Dutton, I don't know if you realised, but the Winter Olympics are going on at the moment.
Couldn't care.
I'm not a big fan, although I get slightly obsessed with the curling. Don't really know why, don't really know what's going on, but they're just brushing big stones. It makes me laugh.
It's housework on ice.
I said that to Kate's stepdad. I basically said that it was invented by men, sexist men for women.
And he argued?
No one argued.
Wise man.
Yeah. But you may have heard that it's in Sochi, which is Russia, but not where the snow is. And they spent £30 billion on it.
Who did?
The Russians.
The Russian mafia contributed £30 million.
Vlad sorted it, don't worry.
Yeah.
And this is what they gave us. Crap hotels, lifts, but with just the shaft, no lift in them. There's allegedly stray dogs everywhere. You can't use the water to, put on your face, never mind drink. And I listened to Tony Kornheiser's show, and Dave Shiner, who's there, got given a shower curtain, but couldn't put it up because there was no shower rail.
Yes, I hate to, bring anyone into the 21st century here. This is an international sporting event being hosted by Russia, for a long time the most backward of the all nuclear powers. This is not surprising.
No, but I agree it's not surprising, Dutton, but what I'm saying is allegedly they spent $30 billion on it. So they have spent
30 billion has changed hands. Let's count it in that particular term.
But
it hasn't been spent on amenities.
No, it hasn't done. But that's where we're getting to.
But that's a nice new Hummer that
Vlad's
bouncing around in.
But that's how we're getting to, Dutton. They've spent £30 billion and done this. If you had £30 billion, Mr. Neil Dutton, what would you spend it on?
Pretzels.
£30 billion worth of pretzels.
Well, that'd be silly, even I'd get sick of pretzels after the fourth billion, I'd imagine. It's hard to say. I mean, there's only so many new cars you can buy yourself, isn't there?
You say that, but I'd like to find out.
It's what I mean. The trappings. You'd buy a nice house. Well, I'd buy a nice house and a nice car. I'd have probably a few little holiday homes, maybe not in Sochi. That'd be silly. Because personally, I like my holiday homes to have lifts that work.
Exactly.
And
or water you can use. And
places where I can hang shower curtains. It's also, 30 billion, it's one of those amounts that, I wouldn't take the pay cut.
So, for me, I want to ask you a question. You've got 30 billion. Do you give me like Mandarich a call and say, I'm going to buy Sheffield Wednesday?
No.
Do you ring... Oh, God, what's the Philadelphia Eagles owner? Is it Lurie?
Jeff Lurie.
Jeff Lurie. Do you ring Jeff up and say, I'd like to buy the Philadelphia Eagles?
No.
Do you buy any sports team?
Not that I support.
But would you look to buy one?
I would love to buy one. Maybe someone that, that's their expectations are chronically low anyway. So that, all I have to do is, win 6 games and never have to pay for a drink anyway, which is ironic considering I can afford to pay for all the drinks. But, go to someone like Cleveland, win 6 games and be lauded. Or Jacksonville and win a game and be lauded.
Ooh. Yeah.
But the problem is, when people have, when fans try to buy their team, they fail more than businessmen trying to buy their team.
See Daniel Snyder for details.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I agree. I'd quite like to buy a sports team. I definitely wouldn't buy my own. But I quite like the idea of buying, random League One sides and turn them into a Premier League powerhouse. Like it's Championship Manager.
Yeah.
But real.
As you say, I'd call Mandarich and say, look, here's a little bit, don't waste it. And, of course, I'm sitting in the director's box anytime I'm in town, which won't be that often because I'll be living in Florida.
Exactly.
But, same thing, there'll be little investments just to get a few little fringe benefits, as you say, a few pounds there. Or you find, the people with the most money are the ones who get the most free stuff.
Agreed.
It's like, Victoria Beckham, please, have a free handbag. What, she can't afford a bloody handbag? If you're going to give her a meal, for Christ's sake.
I was going to say, give her 5 meals.
Yeah.
Give David Beckham 5 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
On the holidays thing, don't need to have a holiday home. Here you go. Massive Star Trek fan. Do you drop NASA / Richard Branson a load of wedge to go out into space?
Oh, I'm going as soon as the check clears. I'm going into space.
And just praying it's not like Sandra Bullock and George Clooney's Adventure in Gravity.
As I say, I am not getting on any form of transport if Sandra Bullock is on it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like the same way that I'm never getting in a lift if Bruce Willis is in it wearing a dirty white vest.
Only bad things are going to happen.
Bad things will happen. Just use the classic phrase of, I'll get the next one.
Dutton, there's one thing I'd have, and it takes me back to my youth.
Jetpack?
No. I would have Scrooge McDuck's pool from DuckTales, just full of money, just swim in it.
Yeah.
I just love that. Just loads of dollar bills, just swim in it forever.
With a duck?
No, I don't have to be a duck. Just the concept.
No, you'd welcome a duck into the pool of money with you just to
Yeah, the irony.
vision.
That'd be ironic, wouldn't it?
It would be,
Then
having a bloody great big mallard bouncing around while you're trying to swim in your Benjamins.
Benjamins. Maybe I'll do it in Benjamins, actually. Thinking about it.
They'd be rubbing against your Benjamins, though, wouldn't it?
You made a penis gag.
I did.
30 billion's a lot, but obviously not enough to build an Olympic village in Russia.
It's as someone said, money can't buy you happiness, but I'd rather be unhappy in a nice car.
Yeah, I agree. Do you know people who say money can't buy happiness? Poor people.
Yeah. Miserable poor people.
Exactly, done. Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
you povies.
yeah, unlike us rich people over here,
Yeah.
looking down at you all from
As I make sure I turn the heating off as I've gone into the 3rd hour it's been on.
Oh, God. Dutton, you millionaire. May as well set your tenner on fire.
Well, there we go, it's off.
My hero. Dutton, on that amazingly boring note, I think it's time to go.
Yeah. Let's not leave it so long next time.
Okay. This has been episode 57 of Waxing Lyrical with Mainz and Dutts. Thanks for downloading.